State Champs Live is presented by Lawrence Technological University, where Blue Devils dare. The Michigan High School Athletic Association, promoting the value and values of educational athletics. Hungry Howie's, famous for flavor. And the Detroit Medical Center. Do you have a sports injury or are just looking to take your game to the next level? Go where the pros go. Visit dmc.org/gamechangers. Hey everyone, and welcome to episode 8 of State Champs Live, presented by Lawrence Tech. The Midwest's best kept secret is a secret no more. The university of today, so that you have an incredible future tomorrow, is Lawrence Technological University. Find out more at ltu.edu. We are live right now on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter every Monday through Friday at 2 p.m. My name is Lorne Plant. We are here to give you a little conversation, a few highlights, a little Friday fun. But before we get to the conversation, here is today's Hungry Howie's Twitter question of the day. What are you doing to stay active in quarantine? Running or walking, maybe working out in your home gym, yoga, weightless workouts, or does lifting food to my mouth count? Find State Champs Michigan on Twitter and vote. We'll read the results tomorrow. Something a little different today. Remember what it was like to just play? What was my particular favorite class growing up? I'll tell you, recess. Joining me today is the Michigan Executive Director for an organization called Playworks. Welcome, Angela Rogensus. Thanks for being here.
Thanks so much for having me. I'm thrilled.
All right, it's great to have you. And they are Detroit-based here in Michigan, but a company that's an organization, I should say, that is all over the nation. So tell us, what is Playworks?
Absolutely. Playworks is the leading national organization leveraging the power of play to bring out the best in every kid. We use play and games to help kids on the playground learn valuable social and emotional skills, things like the ability to self-regulate, the ability to connect with adults and peers positively, to solve conflicts when they have issues on whether the ball was in or out, and to really grow into the adults that we need them to be able to solve the world's most pressing challenges and problems and do it collaboratively.
And there's a real problem out there, right? I mean, inclusion. Kids given that opportunity, like I know I did, to work out their differences on the playground.
Absolutely. It's incredibly important for kids to be able to solve problems in today's world. And much of that is learned through play. And much of what we do as adults, we learned through our parents and through teachers and through organized play, whether we had an adult helping us or we were playing a game of kickball on our own during the summer with our neighbors. And so much of what we learn around how we resolve conflict, how we interact, how we self-regulate when we're frustrated, all of that is often learned through these small interactions that we often take for granted on the playground and through organized sports.
And tell me briefly, you have a big presence here in the state of Michigan.
We do. We partner with 72 schools across the state of Michigan. Here locally in Metro Detroit, we have about 12 partners in the Upper Peninsula and a variety of partners on the west side of the state as far as Kalamazoo. And so we are bringing play to schools as much as we can on the playground every day at school.
So important. I see you have something called Playworks University. Tell me what that is.
Sure. So now that school in Michigan is out for the year, we are trying to reach as many kids and families as possible through play, because we know there are so many kids who are at home desperately in need of interaction and engagement with each other, and to be able to move their bodies and develop all of these skills that we really need them to learn. And so we have what's called Playworks University, which teaches adults and other educators on how to use our best practices in facilitating play. And then we've also launched what's called Play at Home, which is recess live 3 times a day, Monday through Friday, to give kids an opportunity to play and interact with a Playworks coach that they normally would have at their school, but also to give kids just a break. This is a stressful time for everyone, and we think it's so important that kids are still able to be kids and they're able to process some of what's going on. And so we're trying really, really hard to give families and kids the tools that they need, both virtually, but in packets and things that they can download, so that they can be using this time to help kids still play and engage productively.
Now, if you have a question for Angela, you can ask it on Facebook or Twitter, and I'll ask it just a little later in the show. I believe your work is invaluable. How is the funding for what you're doing?
So schools pay us a portion of the fee. So we ask for skin in the game in true sports fashion. And we also then fundraise a huge percentage of the funds that we need. So we look for individuals, corporate sponsors, foundations, anyone who's able to give and contribute to make sure that kids have more opportunities to play. Folks can go to playworks.org/Michigan to make a donation. But we are largely run by philanthropic contributions because most of the kids that we're serving are low income and may not have the same opportunities as their peers across the state.
Well, your group is helping create the high school athletes of the future that we will see on state champs, like we're seeing now, empowering kids to play now, right? Just play, right?
Yeah, we just really want kids to be able to develop the confidence and the skill sets to feel like they can jump into a competitive game if that's what they want to do, or play rec volleyball their whole entire life. We want kids to be active and to experience the joy of being, in the moment and playing with peers. There is a biological need for all of us to playing and laughing, and we want to be able to introduce kids to have that opportunity, but then also feel comfortable and confident to join competitive high school sports and beyond if that's what they want to do. We really want kids to get as much exposure, sample as many sports as possible, and really have the grit and the perseverance to keep moving forward if that's what they choose to do.
Once again, myself and others are monitoring the chat on the State Champs Michigan Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter page. I'm going to get your comments or questions for Angela, but first, it's time for This Week in State Champs History. On this day, 2 years ago, longtime rivals Detroit Catholic Central and Brother Rice battled it out on the lacrosse field. The Shamrocks were down 7-3 in the second half, but scored 5 unanswered goals to take an 8-7 lead in the fourth quarter. Then, just a minute to go in the game, Brother Rice evened it up at 9, sent the game into overtime, and in the extra session, Joey Kamish scoring the game winner as Catholic Central beat Brother Rice for the first time since 1994. Shamrocks would beat Rice 2 more times that season, including the 2018 Division I State Championship, their first MHSAA lacrosse state title in school history. This week in State Champs History, presented by Lawrence Tech Athletics. For more information, please go to ltuathletics.com. A magical moment that only high school sports can provide. If you would like us to relive a moment in State Champs history, please send us your suggestions. Okay, let's get to the live questions and comments for Angela Rogensus of Playworks. So we did see one here, and that is basically, let's say I'm a parent or maybe just a big brother. How do I get involved if I want to help these kids?
Absolutely. So you can look for ways to share the resources with the kids in your neighborhood or the kids that you have in your household, making sure that they're logging on to Facebook and they're engaging in the content. You can also look as school revives and summer programming starts. We'll be looking to hire folks to go into schools and help facilitate play throughout the school day. And so there's lots of opportunities there. And then also once school resumes, there'll be lots of opportunities for folks to volunteer. We offer intramural sports leagues at no cost to our kids that participate. And so there'll be lots of opportunities that way. But what I would encourage folks to do while we are homebound and just able to interact with our immediate folks is to share the resource and the online tools to as many folks as possible so that kids have as many chances and opportunities to play during these very uncertain times. And also perhaps to give parents a little break while their kids play a game that's productive and helping them get moving.
If they want to learn more, what's the website?
Yeah, playworks.org/Michigan would be the best place to go.
Okay, fantastic. I want to thank the Michigan Executive Director for Playworks, Angela Rogensus, for coming on the show today. Angela, thank you for doing this. Be well and good luck.
Thank you so much for having me.
Okay, thank you. Time now for the MHSAA clip of the day. And that's your MHSAA clip of the day. All right, that's what I'm talking about. Cubs strong. You too can have your clip be the clip of the day. Connect with us and check it out. Hey, State Champs RoboZone is your home for high school robotics. Download our free State Champs app or search RoboZone Show on social media for great content. I also encourage you to check out the State Champs Esports Twitch channel. Our League of Legends season is getting real good. All right, Game Changers is the result of the partnership State Champs has with the Detroit Medical Center. Check this out. It's all about breathing.
Have you maxed out your performance working on your power, your speed, and your strength, and you're looking for something else? How about breathing? I know it's something we take for granted, but are you breathing correctly? Breathing creates the greatest amount of power throughout our core. So if you want to reach peak performance, come work on your breathing techniques at the DMC.
So to learn those breathing techniques, you can find all of our DMC Game Changer segments on our social media platforms, including our State Champs TV YouTube channel. Let's get to the results of yesterday's Hungry Howie's Twitter question of the day. If the MHSAA found a way to hold spring sports during the summer, would you be willing to participate? I kind of guessed this would happen. Overwhelmingly, yes, they would. All right, well, Monday on State Champs Live, the head baseball coach at Richmond High School, Scott Evans, will join us. We'll talk about losing this season, but more importantly, how are the coaches handling this? Please join us at 2 p.m. And if you know of a guest or a topic we should talk to or about here on live, please email our show coordinator, Amanda. Her email address, amanda@yellowflagproductions.com. We hope you enjoyed today's show. Have a great weekend. Stay healthy, and we'll see you next time on State Champs Live. State Champs Live is presented by Lawrence Technological University, where Blue Devils dare. The Michigan High School Athletic Association, promoting the value and values of educational athletics. Hungry Howie's, famous for flavor. And the Detroit Medical Center. Do you have a sports injury or are just looking to take your game to the next level? Go where the pros go. Visit dmc.org/gamechangers.